Did you know it's not the year 2026 in North Korea? They follow the Juche Calendar, which begins in 1912, the birth year of their founder Kim Il-sung. This system reinforces the state's ideology, making even time itself revolve around the ruling dynasty. Imagine turning on your TV to find only 3 channels. In North Korea, that's the reality. All 3 are state-controlled, broadcasting a constant stream of propaganda, military parades and documentaries idolizing the nation's leaders, ensuring no outside information can penetrate the bubble. Even personal style is under state control. Citizens must choose from a list of around 28 government-approved haircuts. Individuality is suppressed, and one rule is absolute. No one is allowed to replicate the exact hairstyle of the supreme leader. Perhaps the most chilling policy is the 3-generation punishment. If an individual is convicted of a serious political crime, it's not just them who pays the price. Their parents, children, and even grandchildren are sent to prison camps along with them, a terrifying tool to ensure absolute loyalty. Let's delve deeper into the reality of North Korea. It's not the year 2026 there. They use the Juche Calendar, which starts in 1912, the birth year of founder Kim Il-sung, making time itself a tool of the state. Turn on your TV and your choice is limited to 3 state-controlled channels. Even personal appearance is dictated by the state. Citizens must select from a list of around 28 simple government-approved haircuts, a stark reminder that individuality is suppressed. One of the regime's most terrifying tools of control is the 3-generation punishment. If someone is deemed a political criminal, not only are they imprisoned, but their parents, children, and grandchildren are condemned to the same fate in brutal labor camps. Restrictions permeate every aspect of daily life. Blue jeans, for instance, are strictly forbidden, seen as a decadent symbol of American imperialism. Forget surfing the web. North Koreans have no access to the global internet. Instead, they have Pyongyang, a sealed nationwide intranet containing only a handful of government-vetted websites. The state is officially atheist, and any religious practice is severely punished. Simply owning a Bible is considered a subversive act that can lead to public execution. A non-negotiable part of life is the veneration of the leaders. Every single home and public space is required to display perfectly maintained portraits of Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il. Even a simple snack, the South Korean choco pie, became a political issue. It grew so popular on the black market that the regime banned it entirely. And for most citizens outside the privileged capital of Pyongyang, life often plunges into darkness. Chronic power shortages mean electricity is a rare commodity, frequently cut off for hours or even days at a time. Welcome to Pyongyang, North Korea's capital. This is not just a city, it is a meticulously crafted stage, a showcase of power and ideology designed for the world's gaze. Known as the City of the Chosen, its 3 million residents are the nation's most loyal and privileged elite. Life here is a world away from the hardships faced by the rest of the country. The streets are wide and immaculately clean. Grand monuments dedicated to the Juche ideology and the Kim dynasty dominate the skyline, reinforcing the state's narrative at every turn. Residents enjoy amenities unimaginable in other parts of North Korea. Consistent electricity, public transport, and access to recreational facilities like water parks and cinemas. This is the regime's reward for unwavering loyalty. But this privileged life comes at a cost. The city is a gilded cage where every movement is monitored and every action is scrutinized. The seemingly normal daily life is a performance, carefully managed to project an image of prosperity and order. From the iconic robot-like traffic ladies to the synchronized displays of public devotion, every detail is controlled. Pyongyang stands as a potent symbol, a bright, isolated island of privilege in a sea of darkness, representing both the pinnacle of the regime's favor and the depth of its control. In North Korea, reality is often a performance, and the stage is the country itself. The regime builds grand structures not for function, but for image, colossal symbols of power and illusion. Dominating the Pyongyang skyline is the Ryugyong Hotel, the Hotel of Doom. This 105-story pyramid has been under construction since 1987, a ghostly empty shell that has never welcomed a single guest. It stands as the world's tallest unoccupied building, a monumental testament to unfulfilled ambition. Down on the streets, order is maintained not by traffic lights, but by the city's iconic traffic ladies. Chosen for their appearance, these women direct the sparse flow of vehicles with sharp robotic movements, becoming living symbols of Pyongyang's disciplined, choreographed reality. The obsession with scale is most evident in the Rungrado 1st of May Stadium, the largest in the world. With a capacity of over 114,000, it hosts the breathtaking Arirang Mass Games, a spectacle of synchronized gymnastics and dance, where thousands of performers move as one to create a living mosaic of propaganda. But perhaps the most bizarre illusion lies at the border. From South Korea, one can see Kijongdong, the peace village. It boasts bright blue roofs and modern buildings, but it's a sham. The village is completely uninhabited. A hollow stage set with painted-on windows, built solely to project a false image of prosperity to the outside world. From ghost hotels to fake villages, these are the monuments of North Korea, a nation obsessed with crafting its own reality. In North Korea, youth is not a time for personal dreams, it is a debt owed to the state. Military service is not a choice, but a fundamental chapter of life. For men, it is a commitment that lasts a full decade. For women, it is 5 years. This is among the longest periods of mandatory conscription anywhere on Earth. Upon turning 17, nearly every citizen is enlisted. This begins a transformative process designed to erase individuality and forge absolute loyalty to the supreme leader. Life becomes a relentless cycle of grueling physical training, exhaustive political indoctrination, and manual labor that supports the state's economy. Soldiers are not just warriors. They are builders, farmers, and the ever-present enforcers of the regime's ideology. 10 years for men, 5 for women. It is a period that spans the entirety of their young adulthood. While their peers in other countries are pursuing education, starting careers, and building families, North Korea's youth serve the military. They enter as teenagers and emerge as hardened veterans, their most formative years given entirely to the service of the nation. It is a profound sacrifice, shaping the identity of every citizen and the very foundation of the country. North Korea is a land of stark contradictions. It is a nation gripped by poverty, yet it brandishes the world's 5th largest active military. The state's military-first policy diverts vast resources to its armed forces, creating a formidable power that stands in sharp contrast to the struggles of its people. But beyond this public display of strength lies a world of bizarre private obsessions. The late leader Kim Jong-il was a fanatical cinephile, owning a library of over 20,000 films. Frustrated with the poor quality of his country's propaganda movies, he orchestrated a plot straight out of a spy thriller. In 1978, his agents kidnapped legendary South Korean actress Choi Yoon-hee. When her ex-husband, the acclaimed director Shin Sang-ok, went searching for her, he was abducted too. For 8 years, the pair were held captive, forced to create films for the dictator. Under Kim's direct command, they produced 7 movies, including their most infamous work, Pulgasari, a bizarre monster film intended as a communist allegory, often described as North Korea's Godzilla. The story of a nation that fields a million-man army while simultaneously kidnapping artists to create monster movies reveals the surreal and often terrifying reality of the regime. In North Korea, information is the ultimate form of control. This control begins at the very top. The exact birth date of the supreme leader, Kim Jong-un, is a state secret. While theories place his birth in 1982, 83, or 84, the regime has never confirmed it. This deliberate ambiguity is a tool used to build a cult of personality, elevating the leader beyond the realm of ordinary men, where even his personal history is a matter of state mythology. But while the state obsesses over crafting its leader's narrative, thousands of its citizens are risking their lives to reclaim their own. For those who choose to defect, the only viable escape route is a treacherous journey across the border into China. This path is fraught with peril. Defectors must navigate a dangerous landscape, hunted by both North Korean agents and Chinese authorities, who consider them illegal migrants. If caught, they face immediate repatriation to North Korea, where they are certain to face imprisonment, torture, or even death. It is a desperate gamble for freedom, a flight from a nation where the truth is whatever the state decides it is.